Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, yes, this is going to be a talking vlog where I am going to be presenting all the books I have read so far this year. So I'll be leaving reviews, try not to spoil it for you guys, and age ratings. So let's get into the video. So I have a reading goal for 25 books for this year, and so far I have read 18 out of 25 books. Here are some of my physical books that I have with me, and here is a written down of all the ratings I've given them, and then also holds some of my non-physical books that I've read digitally. So let's get into it, and we'll start with the physical copies here. First of all, we have Rebel of the Sands. I read this back in June when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I really like this book. I believe I gave it 4 stars. This book was really good. It is by Alwyn Hamilton. The cover is so pretty as well. If you look at it, it's really pretty, and I really liked it. Age-wise, I would say like 13 plus. It's good. Next book, we have Tress of the Emerald Sea. Actually, the first book I read when I had my wisdom teeth taken out. So it's by Brandon Sanderson. The cover is also very pretty. In this book, I would also say 13 plus. It's really good. It's clean. Rebel of the Sand is also a clean book. This is also clean. We love clean books here. They're both very good. We love them. And the covers are just so pretty. Like, look at those covers. I forgot to give a rating for this book. For this book, I gave it 4 stars as well. It took me a while to get into it, but then once I was in the book, I was in. And so it was really good. 4 stars for me. Next book, which is a solid 5 stars, The Earth Treader. This is such a pretty cover as well. I love the cat. The cat in the book is really, really funny. I really love the book. It's by a Christian author. It's a Christian fantasy. And I read it so fast. I read it in like 4 days, which I'm a slow reader, so that's how you know it's a good book. Next book we have is The Whispers of the Wind by Abigail Thompson. She is a teen author. I found her off of Instagram, and this is book 1 of her, I cannot say the name. No, I'm not gonna try. How epic something. I believe I gave it 4 stars because it was so good. Currently reading the second book, Age of Fire. Age of Fire. I also read this year, obviously, and it is such a good book. I love the characters, the world building. This is also by a teen author, and I also found her off of Instagram, so look at the cover, it's just so pretty. So this was 5 stars, which that means it was good, because I don't typically give books 5 stars unless like I'm really like, that was a good book. So this was the 5 stars. I specifically enjoyed the last 10 chapters. As I remember, I still think about it to this day. And that's saying something because I lent this book to a friend of mine a couple months ago, and I only got it back like last week. And I never went a day without thinking about this book. So this book is good. I would definitely say this one's like 12 and up. It's a fantasy book, and just look how pretty the cover is. So by Eden Rose, and she's a teen author. So not least on my physical, what I've read is Cress by Marissa Mayers, who is also one of my favorite authors. She also wrote Heartless. That is a good book. That is a good book. Yeah, Cress is book 3 in the Lunar Chronicles, and there's 4 books. I have the 4th one. I have not read it yet, but I have it. And so I read Cress at the start of the year. It's a big book. It's really big, but I believe I gave this book, let me check my list. This book was a 4 stars, so it was good. Then on our non-physical, what I've read, there is A Fault in Our Stars. That book was a very sad book. That was very sad. I don't know why I wanted to read it. I wanted to read it because I wanted to watch the movie. And then after I've read it, I no longer wanted to watch the movie. I gave that book a 3 stars because, like, you know, it was good. It wasn't the greatest. It was good though. It was sad. Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry is another book I read. It is like a YA romance. It is, and I gave it 3 stars. I enjoyed it though. I really did enjoy it. It was Traitor to the Throne. Traitor to the Throne. I read that as well this year. I gave that book a 3 stars, although I thought I gave it 4. But it was, you know, it was good. enjoy it, and then I tried to read the second book, and I got really mad at the main characters, so I stopped reading it. So I have yet to read the second book. I want to continue because I like the first book, and I want to see how it ends. There's 3 books I believe in the series. The Upside of Falling was another book I read. That's one I gave 3 stars. 3 or 4 stars, I gave it 3, like 3.5. Like, so like it was good, not the greatest, but I did enjoy it, and I finished it in one night. I started it like around my bedtime, which was like 10:30, and I finished it at like 3 a.m. That's how good it is. It was a very short book too, so you know, that was a book. The Hagenheim series by Melanie Dickerson. I read the first 4 books that she wrote in that series, and I gave them all around like 3 to 4 stars. They were all very good. No, the first book I gave it 5 stars, and all the other books were like a 4 stars, 5 stars, 4, 3 stars. They were good. It's really good. She's a Christian author, and I like the way she writes. I like her storytelling where it doesn't feel preachy or anything. It's just like you're just reading a story, and it's like it sort of like encourages you at the same time. Like it's a fantasy, but it's still encouraging you. That's what I want. So yeah. Better Than the Movies. I read this one because everybody was like, "Oh, you need to read it. It's really good." I read it. It was very good. And I gave it a 4 stars. Sorry, the power just went out and then it came back on, so I don't know what that means, but it could be Zesco. It could be on power right now. So Better Than the Movies, I gave that 4 stars. It was really good. I want to go read the second book that came out. And with YA, you just never know which direction it's gonna go. It could be YA then one moment, and the next moment it could be an adult book. The next book in the series could full on be an adult book. So I have trust issues with that. Some good series I've read have really switched up like the next book over, and so I try to be careful of what I read. Last but not least, A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I read this book earlier this year, like around the beginning of the year, and I finished in like 3 days. It was so good. I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. I have yet to read the third book because again, it's like a YA fantasy, and it's like it could always just switch up, you know? It could always just like be YA, like a clean, lovely story, and in the next book it could be, what is this? So yeah, those are the books I've read so far this year, and I'm trying to get back on my reading grind so I can at least hopefully reach my reading goals. So stay tuned. We will try and make that work. We will. If you enjoyed this vlog, please like and subscribe. Comment if you want more vlogs like this, more reading content, book content. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day, night, evening, morning, and see you in the next video.